Hello everyone, signs of the end. I did deliberate about whether to do a video like this or not, as I don't want to seem like some nutcase who's scaremongering right now, and that's really not what I want to do. I don't want to scaremonger, I don't want to frighten anyone, and I'm not making any predictions about end times. Jesus said no one knows that day or the hour. It's unknown. No matter what we do or say, no matter what we see, we don't know the day or hour, neither did Jesus. However, I remember when I was younger, 18, 19, this is what got me thinking. When I looked at world events, I read the Bible, I read about Nostradamus, I read about other religious texts, and I looked and I thought about what will the end be like and what's going to happen to this world. And I was a strong believer, but this increased my faith even more, and it got me intrigued about what is God doing and what is happening in the world around us. How could you not feel to see what is going on in the world at the moment with events of wars involving Israel and the countries around it, rumors of wars that the Bible talked about, and what's going to happen there, and nuclear weapons and all this kind of stuff. And then you look at weather events in the world, and you look at the current hurricane to hit Florida area, and I pray for the people in the land involved there. I really genuinely do, and we hope that it's not as bad as they say it's gonna be. And there's that, and there's also even signs in the heavens above and moons and stars and things. And again, we'll not get into all of that, but I definitely think it's wise to have our eyes open. As Christians, it's wise to have your eyes open and see what's going on around you without going too far down that rabbit hole necessarily. But I want to just two things today. Speak to believers and non-believers briefly in relation to potential end times. We're in our last days. Jesus said that we're in our end days. How far in the end, we don't know, but just something to believers and non-believers today. I just want to say to non-believers first of all, and to believers and non-believers alike, read the signs, see what's going on around us. But here's the thing for non-believers at the moment. You're either a non-believer or you're not a disciple. You're not following Jesus. What I'd say to you is watch out for the events of the world and what takes place in the oncoming years and decades and however long we have. I think the end times specifically will be polarizing. You'll either follow God more wholeheartedly or you'll do the exact opposite. And why is that? Well, as you see events unfolding in the world, destruction and death and disease and all these things that the Bible says will happen, it will make you question the idea of a God even more. If you're not on that side, it's going to make, as it says in the Bible, your love grow even colder. So all I would say is the end times will produce polarizing reactions. So be on the right side of dig into the scriptures and see what it is that God has said, predicted ahead of time. So that's the believers. Watch out for that and watch out for the signs and get yourself as close to God as you possibly can be in a relationship with Jesus. So the second thing I say to believers, and again, watch out for the signs, as Jesus said, be found waiting when the master returns. Don't be found living a life where God is away down your list of priorities. You've got to be found waiting. Don't lose it now. Be holding on, waiting for God. But here's the thing, and I had this thought yesterday. I was standing picking up my child from school yesterday, and I don't know what happened. I had some thoughts, and then the weather changed dramatically. And I didn't think Jesus was about to come back, but I thought, what if he was? Seriously, what if this was the end moment, the end time? And I felt that a little bit, but almost that if it was, I would be emotionally overwhelmed. The end time for believers will be emotionally overwhelming, potentially. Why? All the people you didn't speak to, all the things you didn't say, all the things that God had told us to do, or advised us, or was suggestive to do, but we never done it. That's what overwhelmed me yesterday. I felt like a man on a mission today. If that was the end, oh dear. It's good, hopefully for me, but what about those that aren't on the right side? What should I have done? So it's just some thoughts and signs of the ends for non-believers and for believers. Let me know what you think.